Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and today I am reviewing Dirt Rally 2.0. I pre-ordered the deluxe edition for this game because I was looking forward to it so much, and I can't really make my mind up if I'm disappointed or not. Now, for those of you who are considering getting this game and maybe waiting for it to go down in price, or are concerned about the DLC that comes with the deluxe edition or the season passes and all that stuff, I will be covering the game more. This is not like Dirt 4, okay? Let's get that out of the way right now. I played Dirt 4, and the main reason I actually picked up Dirt 4 was because a car was in it that has not been in a rally game for years at the time, as far as I could remember. The Mitsubishi Evo 6, Tommy Mackinnon's famous World Rally car from the Group A days in the 90s. Now, I love the Evo 6. I love the 95 Impreza as well, but the Evo 6 has sort of a special connection with me, and I can't really figure out why. They just look awesome. If I could afford one in real life, I would definitely buy one, but that's beside the point. I bought that game because that car was in it. I played it maybe for probably a sum total of about 3 hours, and I haven't played it since. I deleted it from my PS4's hard drive, and I haven't thought about it ever since then. So you'll be happy to hear that Dirt Rally 2.0 is not like Dirt 4 in the sense of the handling. It is not arcadey in any sense of the word. It is quite, well, it's a simulator really, more than a racing game. It's a rally simulator. However, and this is my biggest bone of contention with this game, apart from some aspects of the graphics which I'll get into later, the gameplay is kind of, or rather the driving, the feel of driving has changed. The way the cars control, they feel heavier, which is good, that's more realistic. But the handling has changed from Dirt Rally, and I don't think that that was the right move at all. I personally don't think there was anything wrong with the way Dirt Rally handled or controlled. This doesn't mean that it's bad, far from it. This is more of a personal preference than a reason for you not to pick this game up. Especially if, unlike me, you're playing on a proper simulator rig. I know someone who may be watching this video definitely is. One of my friends on Facebook that I met through a car group is a massive rally nut. He uploads streams and stuff of Dirt Rally, he always has done, and he started doing it for Dirt Rally 2.0 as well, because he loves this sort of thing. And one of his first points to me, because he got the game before I did, my delivery got delayed, thanks for that Amazon, one of the things that he said to me was, it doesn't play like Dirt Rally, it feels different. And as I said, this is more of personal preference and something that we've just happened to notice more than a bad point. It's not a bad point, it just means it's different. Personally though, I would actually prefer if they'd stuck with Dirt Rally's driving style and handling style. Next we have the sound.
Long. Don't cut, open hairpin left. 50 over finish.
So yeah, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the sound design in this game, as far as I'm concerned anyway. If anything, I would say that the car's backfiring has actually gone down quite a lot since Dirt Rally. They seem to have tweaked that a little bit as well. Again, I have no issues with this whatsoever, although another aspect of this that I've noticed is, and I'm going to get a little bit technical here, so those of you who aren't that interested in this, feel free to tune out for this bit, but a World Rally car, all through the years, right the way back to the 60s, they tweak the fuel, or rather they tweak the mixture, so they make the cars run very rich, which leaves excess fuel in the exhaust pipe and in the exhaust system as a whole. When the car lets off, the excess fuel gets, some extra fuel gets pumped into the exhaust that doesn't get burnt off from the engine to create power. That leftover fuel goes into the hot exhaust and combusts, explodes, whatever you want to call it, creating flames and makes the car backfire. There are reasons for this other than the fact that it makes rallying more entertaining to watch. Could you imagine standing in the woods in the middle of the 1980s in the pissing rain waiting for a Quattro to go past, only for it to sound like a Vauxhall Astra revving its tits off? yeah, the popping and the banging is one of the reasons that rallying is so interesting to most people. And so fascinating and interesting to watch. You know, live, actually seeing it, being stood at the side of the stage watching the cars go past. Something I've unfortunately never experienced, despite growing up, or being born at least, in an area of the UK where the Y Rally Rally runs. As a matter of fact, I've actually driven on a lot of the stages myself. When I was a kid, you know, I'd get taken up there. My mum would let me drive around in her car when I was 13, 14 on gravel stages that were used for the World Rally Championships, which is an amazing sensation and an amazing feeling. But I've never actually seen the World Rally live, personally. Nevertheless, I have thought in the past that they've actually overdone the popping and the banging sort of things in some games with some cars. It's every time you change gear, it's wah bang, and it shouldn't be like that. But it seems they haven't made it as prominent in this game as they could have done or should have done. Again, just a personal preference and something that I've noticed. Now we get onto the graphics, which are not a improvement, I don't think, really. It might be me, but I seem to notice that it just seems a little bit more blurry. I don't know if it's me. I mean, I have nothing wrong with my eyesight at all, as far as I know. There's nothing wrong with my TV. It's a pretty new TV. But there's just something about the graphics that don't really seem right. It's almost as if sometimes I look at the stages as I'm driving along, not necessarily really fast either, just to get a good look at the detail. And, you know, if you rub your eyes really hard, everything goes a little bit blurry and distorted. That's almost what the graphics look like sometimes, to me, personally. Again, you shouldn't take this as the game's graphics are bad. I'm just saying this is another observation. That's what most of this review is going to be, is observations. Apart from the handling, which is a fact. It is different from Dirt Rally, but we're not going to go back to that, because otherwise we'll end up repeating ourselves. In Dirt Rally, if you went off of a stage slightly, Wales was one of the worst countries on the roadmap for that, because if you went off of the stage and clipped the side of the stage, clipped the side of the track, your car would just roll and roll and roll, and that'd be it. That's your stage ruined. You could be 10 seconds ahead of the guy behind you, and just that little minor mistake would screw over the timing completely. In Dirt Rally 2.0, however, this happens. You play rally car pinball, essentially. If you hit something, the car bounces off of it. This is due to the fact that the cars weigh more. The physics is such a way that the cars actually have more weight to them than they did in Dirt Rally, which again I don't think is a bad thing. It's just that, combined with the handling, makes this game very frustrating. And it's supposed to be frustrating because at the end of the day it's a simulator. It's something that you have to master, which I have not managed to do yet. The first time I ever played Dirt Rally, I jumped into my first stage, I think it was on Greece, in the Mini Cooper S, the original one. And the first corner I went off the end of it, because I was used to playing the old Dirt games, Dirt 1, 2, 3. So I wasn't expecting it, but it was so rewarding when you get to that stage of being able to get in any car you want and going, I am going to beat this stage, I'm going to win the stage. And I can do that in Dirt Rally, even now. That's why I've been playing it for so long. That's why I keep going back to it, same as I go back to War Thunder, for those of you who watch my War Thunder content. So yeah, I don't know, there's just this weird sensation I have about Dirt Rally 2.0 that makes me think that while I'm not going to get rid of it like I did with Dirt 4 and just forget about it and block it from my mind, because it is worlds better than Dirt 4, I promise you that. If there's one thing you take from this review, it is better than Dirt 4, I promise you. If you bought Dirt Rally, you owe it to yourself to pick up this game. Maybe not now, maybe wait till the game's a bit cheaper, but pick the game up, try it, see what you think. You might be pleasantly surprised. The damage to the car models in the game is fantastic as well. You'll see that the front of my Audi Quattro in this clip here, you can see how the fiberglass sort of splits and cracks and falls off, and the damage looks a lot more realistic, which is nice to see. Definitely an improvement over Dirt Rally there. Okay, so let's wrap up. The game is, I think, actually harder than Dirt Rally because they've changed the driving characteristics of the cars. Some cars, like the Delta S4, which you saw at the first clip in this video, were actually one of my favourites in Dirt Rally, and it feels different, but that's due to all the physics and stuff like that changing. The graphics, I don't think are an improvement. They may not be a downgrade per se, but they definitely haven't improved much, if at all, in my opinion. The sound design is fantastic, the stages is fantastic. Australia is an amazing country to drive in, so just as an example, Argentina is brilliant as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in another video.